technology. So I've been in love ever since, and so it's, I have 20 different versions of what I wanted to say to you today. I wrote it out, and so I got a beautiful email from a student this morning at 5 o'clock, but many of you have sent me wonderful feedback and emails, a lot yesterday, like 25, and I appreciate that, but this email at 5 o'clock this morning was just beautiful and, so appreciative of what I tried to do for all of you this semester. And she recommended what I teach be taught in the elementary school and early on, and that's not happening now, and we know that, and that needs to change. Agenda 21 needs to go. Our education systems need to be completely restructured, revamped. History books need to be rewritten, and the liberal arts, a lot of it is written to serve the New World Order, and and I'm going to try to keep this as positive as possible. This is beautiful, but we do need to know the truth. And we studied the liberal arts. I knew that psychology and psychiatry were based on sort of demonic principles, right? I knew that. I was about midsummer. I realized that sociology as well was written to serve the New World Order agenda. There's much propaganda and a great deal of brainwashing within the readings that you're exposed to and even required to read. So I've given students tools to know that, to recognize it, and to think for yourselves and use your own brains. We talked a lot about mind control and the use of our own brains and keeping that intact, right? Keeping that intact. So I knew what I did this semester was a one-time deal. I knew that about midsummer. I didn't know exactly how I was going to do it, but I did it. And I'm here today, and I didn't think I'd make it till today. But that's because of all of you guys, your commitment, and I know sometimes you didn't want to hear what I was saying. It was tough. It was tough for me to figure out, I went pretty deep into the dark side of what's happening in this country, what's happening on this planet, what's happening in this state of California at the UC campuses. We got into that. It's criminal, okay? I got deep, and I had to figure out how to gracefully, my middle name is Grace, how to gracefully present that to you, these truths. And so I hope I did a good job. I have these tangled up necklaces that I forced my family to help me with that I want you to have. My beautiful husband has seen me through the semester, and if it wasn't for him, I don't know if I'd be here, but thank you for that. And if we can untangle these, thank you. I gotta say more. I know it's hard for me to stop talking sometimes, but the marble is I'll send you an email about it's a grounding marble and stone, I'm sorry. And the 83 is because I had 83 students. The Monday section, I had a few drop in the very beginning. The Tuesday section stayed at 45, and I'm like, I think you guys all knew I was crazy, and you're like, I'm gonna stick with this one, and it's gonna be good. So it stayed at 83, and angel number 83 told me to hone in on my skills, on my strength, on my knowledge, on my experience, the human experience. The human experience, okay? Science doesn't take into account the human experience. That's what's so important. So I wanted to share that with you. That's what angel number 83 said to me. And so I did my best to do that and disseminate as much as I could in a palatable way. It was tough. Some of the information is, you can't even, it's hard to, for the mammalian brain, right? Our mammalian brains to process the evil that's happening. But if we can understand the root of evil and understand what's happening, we can better position ourselves, right? So my mother got me a little music box when I was, or a birdie music thing that she wound it up and gave it to me, and said it was the song My Way, Frank Sinatra. And so I had no idea I was annoying her so much. So I learned, and so I did like to do things my way. I was very determined, high integrity, very honest. It's hard for me to lie. So that's why I can't do this anymore, because I won't teach a lie, right? So the My Way is what I did this semester. I did it my way, and I'm just I love you all for sticking with me and making it through the semester. And I know that many of you have personally shared, what you've learned this semester, and I've watched you grow. I watched you all grow and open your eyes and mature. We all talked about the election civilly, like adults, right? When everyone else is out there running around like craziness. It doesn't have to be that way. We figured it out. And we know Trump has a good brain, right? And he's not satanic. So let's give him a chance, right? Yeah? So there's so much more I want to say to you, but I'm going to leave it on a positive note. You've got this great technology, and if there's other, yoga practices that might fit you, all more the power to you. And I've given you some information on that, but so this is it. So I do need to give respect to Leuren Moret and Hamamoto, who we've talked about at the UC campus. And I will, briefly sum up what's happening at the UC campuses is criminal, and we did expose that, not fully, but we did get to that. And Dr. Hamamoto and Leuren Moret has had to leave her profession because she's ethical, right? And she knows about the abuses that are happening on that campus, so she left in '91. Hamamoto is being disrespected. There's a lack of respect for what he's trying to do, which is disseminate the truth. So they've ostracized him, taken classes away, and I'm not sticking around for that, okay? And more professors, I hope, and teachers and people, if we stand up for what's right and truthful, and then we can expose what's happening. We can expose the truth. So I can do that. I'm positioned to do that today, this semester. So I tried to give you as much as I could in these past 4 months, and I'm really tired. But I hope you benefit from all of this. And Anthony Hall was fired at a Canadian school only for trying to have dialogue about the Holocaust. And B'nai B'rith fired him for this. So our freedom of speeches are being taken away. Students have shared this in class, and this is unacceptable, right? This is unacceptable. So I know I don't want to go too far on that side, but we do need to understand the truth, as it will set us free. I wanted to pay respects to those there are people. A student 3 weeks ago, I upset a student 3 weeks ago with the truth, and I watched it happen, and other students were trying to help, and I was so upset that I upset him with the truth. But he came back the next week. And he was sitting behind someone and peeked out and asked me, "What do you think about Kanye West?" Kanye West, did I say that? Yeah. See, I don't follow it. So I didn't know about it, but I had to read what he said on stage just last week, which is timely, isn't it? So I was like, he came back? Yes. And Kanye West is doing the same thing I'm trying to do. Different stage, different format. I had to read what he said because I couldn't understand it. But he's speaking the truth. And in one split second, all those millions of fans booed him off the stage because he was speaking the truth. So, more power to him. And they've handcuffed him and taken him off to a mental institution. And my students and I have talked about this and what they're doing, not just to musicians, but to movie stars and to many people who don't abide by the New World Order agenda. So I won't get into the New World Order agenda and the culprits. I'll put it in my book, and you're going to be a huge part of that book. So there's so much more. I could go on and on, but I'm going to end it here. I just want to say that Cal State University San Marcos, you're fired. Yeah. Thank you for the stage, but that's what has to happen, okay? You're all getting A's, so that's on tape, so if they play any hanky-panky with me or you all get A's. You've all earned A's. I'm really looking forward to reading all of your papers. And if you do stay here, just know that higher education is one of the biggest Ponzi schemes on this planet. So I've given you tips as to how to do it cost effectively. But if you're paying $600 to park your car here a year, that's a Ponzi scheme. So I love you all. The money is the root of all evil, and the truth will set us free. Oh, there we go. So come and talk to me, please. Oh yeah, I forgot the cue. There you are.
so much.
Should I take off my shirt?
Oh, if you want to.
I should, huh? I got some good guns too underneath, you know?
I don't know if you know this, but this is actually the second time I'm taking this course with you in a row.
You look familiar, and so I kind of.
And I really appreciated the
There was
change.
another. Oh yeah.
Yes, this is my girlfriend's
That's
sister
so
actually.
funny. The change. The change was timely. You know,
Oh,
it's like all
perfect,
about timing, right?
Oh yes,
So you came back into my life for a reason. You know.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, this is my girlfriend's sister. She has the Tuesday class. I'm in the morning.
Girlfriend's sister. Wait, what?
Yes, this is my girlfriend's sister. Yeah.